All right. Morning, everybody. I've been up since like 5:30 this morning, and I definitely wanted to get some work done on this project. I'm gonna fix some stuff today. I understand that it's Saturday and it's super early, so there's probably nobody on stream. Plus, this is one of those surprise streams, so, I'm not expecting people to really be here this early in the morning, but if you are, well, welcome. We need to fix some things and adjust some things. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get started. I have my notes here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and start on the stables. So I made these stables. By the way, this is the tumulus that's right by the road that encroaches on the road. And if I turn the island back on, you'll see that you can't really get around the stables without stepping on the tumulus, and that's probably not a good thing. So, yeah, let's go ahead and fix that. Also, it looks like the music might be a little loud. So let me turn that down just a tiny, tiny bit. Oh, you're still looking at the stream starting soon. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and... There we go. Let me go ahead and turn that off. There we are. Okay. Thankfully, no one's here. Okay, so here's the stables, and here is the tumulus next to it. Right? So here's the tumulus, here's the stables. And you'll notice you can't really walk around the stables without stepping on the tumulus. And that's probably not what happened. So we need to adjust this. We also need to make it smaller because it is huge. So let's go ahead and bring down the size to about like that. And then let's rotate it. We're going to rotate it. Ugh. I really need to keybind this so it's a lot like Unity. Bring it right here. Let's turn the island back on. Oh, look at that. Look at how much of a walkway that is. In fact, that might be too much of a walkway. Because I have a map that shows wall sections like right here. So maybe... Hold on, let me pull up that picture, which of course I'm real sorry, but you guys can't see that because, well, one, it's just not going to show up on the screen, but also because it is an unpublished map. Archaeologists get really weird about unpublished stuff. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. But it looks like there is a wall for the tumulus about... let's see here. I'm looking at the map here. About 1.5 meters, maybe almost 2 meters off of the wall here for this road. So let me go ahead. I don't know if anyone else is in the eastern United States, but man, there is some serious... We're having issues with these freaking gnats. And it is driving me crazy. Okay, so we're going to put it about like there. Because that's about where those wall segments are. Yeah, and you can walk around the side and behind the stables without interfering with the tumulus. I like it. So let's go ahead and move this wall. There. And there. Oh, where did my chat window go? There's my chat window. Like I said, nobody's probably here yet, but that's okay. Part of the reason why I stream this... Oops. Part of the reason why I stream this is so I have a record that I can go back to if I need to try to figure out what I've done. I think that's about right. Yeah, that's pretty good. So it'd be horse, 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 chariot, chariot, chariot. Maybe. Let's go a little bit farther. Also, I've been talking with somebody on Fiverr about some well, about a boat. To make a boat for me for this hey, I want the whole thing. For this simulation. So we'll see. We'll see if anything comes of that. Alright, so that would be, so this is 6.5, which puts it out to about 13 meters long. No, let's dial that back just a tiny bit. You know, let's just go with a even 6. So that's 12 meters long. We're gonna go about like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah. And there's a little walkway here you can go around. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let's make it just a tad bit shorter. About like that. 1.74 is, what is that? That's 3.5 meters tall. So we're going to stick some horses in there. That should be right. Because 3.5 meters tall is well over 10 feet. So, yeah, that should be good. 1.75. There we go. Okay, so I think we can pretty much count stables as done. But I do need to put some doors in here. And probably divide it in, I'll probably divide it in half. So 1/2 is horses, 1/2 is chariots. You know what, yeah, we'll do that. Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of the island. There we are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Also, we're going to take this wall and make it much, much taller as well. And we're going to take this wall and make it much taller, but we're also going to, or no, not that wall. This wall, we're going to extend it all the way down and then make it taller. So we might just cut this off here. We'll see. We'll see when we get to that. But let's continue on with this. So we need to make a wall segment. Probably just like a wooden wall, really. Let's move that right about there. All right. We want this to be... This is going to be a wooden wall, so let's say... I don't know. Let's go with 0.02. Oh, that's super thin. That might be too thin. Oh, well, maybe not. Let's, what if we went with, like, 0.05? That's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a lot better. Okay, so, yeah, let's do that. Let's also trim this down. And then move it. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, and then move it back. And we're going to need to rotate it a little bit more, so it's, there we go. Yeah, about like that. Yeah, about like that. Okay. You know what, this is in my way. I also, disconnected the children roads from the D complex, so everything is much better now. Okay, so we're gonna put this down like that. It's basically a half wall. Well, let's turn the island back on so I can see actually how tall this is here. Yeah, that's good. That's actually really good. Okay. And I think we're going to call this stable, whoops, stables dividing wall. Sure. Yeah. If I can spell. I fat finger all the time. I swear, I look like I'm just illiterate sometimes because of how often I fat finger. Ask Richard. Okay. So I want maybe something like that. Or do I want them all together? There's going to be multiple horses in here. Let me think about this. Do I want them all together or do I want them in their own? No, we're going to put them all together. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate this like that. Yep. And we're going to move it to the edge like that. Yeah, looking pretty good. We're going to... Oh my god, No, this one. I don't know why Blender does that. It drives me absolutely insane with that. Okay. We're going to move this down, like to here. Okay, okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Actually, I want to move it back a little bit because I'm going to put posts here. Right? No. Yes. Because these are going to be doors. Or a single door. So yeah, so I want to put maybe like that. I don't know. That yeah, sure. Yeah. We'll go with that. And then what I want to do is I want to make it just a tiny bit shorter, about like that. Yeah. And then we're just gonna bunch these together so that You know what? This is going to be so much easier if I can just turn that off. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, that's so much easier. Nope. Wrong way. Yes, that way. Okay. Nope. This. Edit mode. Grab the face. Oh, I already have the face grabbed. Okay. And we're going to move it. No. What are we doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. That. And scooch it down. There you go. Bam. Just like that. Just like that. I'm going to put a post there. So no biggie on that. Okay. So I have dividing wall and I have dividing wall 1. So we're going to call that stables lower door, or just door. There we go. Even though it's all one piece. It's fine. It's fine. Cylinder. Where are you at? And then we're gonna scooch you. We're actually gonna have 2 of you. Stop it with the magnet. Dividing wall. Okay, good. Just making sure we're still good on that. Wait, where did my stables go? Stables door. Oh yeah, right there. It's I was confused because of the how big the tumulus is, but then I remembered the tumulus is actually it goes under the surface of the island, so that I can adjust the height. So I can just sort of grab it and pull it up and down to sort of adjust the height. But for a second there, I was like, what the hell? No, I want that to be 0.2. Yeah, maybe we go 0.1. That's too small. Okay, so how about we happy middle? Happy middle's nice. Happy middle is very nice. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And we will need to turn on the stables. And we're going to have to adjust the height. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to call this... What are we going to call this? We're going to call this... Stables. Dividing post. Okay. And then we're going to copy and paste. We're going to turn off the stables again. Go to the top. Grab it. Scooch it down about halfway. So that way we have the door right there. Okay. Turn the stables back on. Sure. Actually, can we scooch that down just a tiny bit? Yeah, about like that. That way it's still off center, but this is the door. Right? Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Okay. Turn the stables off again. I want to get a good vertical view. We could just a tiny bit forward. There we go. Yeah, that's good. And this one, just a tiny bit like, let's see here. Center. All right, sure, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need to be really precise with this. Okay, so horses are going to be in here. Chariots are going to be in here. And then there was a weird wall segment kind of going off at an angle, and then this, I'm not really sure what was going on there. We aren't really sure what was going on there. Maybe it was an earlier stables. I don't know. So horses, chariots, good to go. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Because chariots are going to be wider than horses are. Because the wheels of a chariot are 1.1 meters across. So you could probably jam like 3 or 4 of them in there. But horses are not 1.1 meters across. Though you do have 2 horses per chariot. So they will be wider or about as wide as the chariot, maybe. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. That's splitting hairs. That's splitting hairs. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Where's my roads at? I need to turn the roads back on. So we're going to turn that back on and that back on. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Yeah. That actually looks really good. I also had some horses in there for the simulation, and I animated them, and my advisor absolutely loved it. She was very happy with that. So anyways, all right, let's go ahead and do. Well, hold on. Let me mark that as done. Stables more narrow, entrance facing the road. Yes, and the split doors. Maybe. I've got the lower portion of split doors, so that's fine. Okay. Road 1 lower wall extended at complex D with a gate added. So there needs to be a gate somewhere in here, and then the wall's going to extend. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to go above. I'm going to make this thing like what just happened? Okay, you know what? This is I hate that Blender does this. And it's such a pain in the ass too. So you know what? We're just gonna make the wall. And by make the wall, I mean copy and paste. Because this one is fine. This one right here is fine. No, not the building. See, look, see, that one's fine. Okay. Yeah, and this thing has like really weird scale numbers now for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. All right, so this needs to be like that. It needs to be touching that. And how do I want to do this? Okay, you know what? I'm just, yeah, we're just gonna build one. We're not gonna copy paste. We're just gonna build one. Come here, you. I want you right there. Okay. What is this width? Okay, that's not really doing me any good. Let's go with not that one. This one. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Oh, 0.5. Wow. That's actually what I wanted to. Nope, 0.5 is not correct. How about 0.25? That's better. We're going to go about like that. How tall is this? Okay. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just take this, put it there. Look at it for a second. It is... I think it's too wide. Yeah, it's way too wide. What is this one? 0.3. See, weird scale over here. Okay. So, 0.2? Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. Okay. So, and then let's do that. And I'll just drop it down so it's at about the same height. Roughly. Close enough. And then for length, let's do something like that. Because we're going to have to put gates in. Like double gates. So I think I want to just put like right in the middle. Oh, let's turn off the island. There we go. Yeah, so something like that. Sure. Now this probably needs to be a bit taller. Let's go with 1/4 again as tall. So for this scale, it's 125 for some reason. And we're going to bring that up. Yeah. Oh, let's turn the island on to make sure that I'm... Oh, see? There's a weird gap. Right there. Yeah. And we're going to make this one... Oops. 125. Same thing. We're going to bring this up. Oh my god. Okay. Oops. Edit. And I'm doing this so that I have all of them on the same height. So we're going to do this, and we're just going to, there you go, bam, just like that. Snap it to that one. And we're going to change this wall as well. We're going to make it taller. But for now, we did that. Oh. Hmm. This is at a weird angle. It's also weirdly wider at the bottom, which I'm not going to screw around with, but just know it bothers the heck out of me. Oh, why so desolate? The chat's so desolate. Well, it's because it's super early. It is 8:20 right now my time in the morning, and so that means that West Coast people, which is I think most of the people that watch my stuff, it's like 5:30 in the morning there. So yeah, that's why it's so desolate in the chat. But nice to have you. Nice to have you joining me. Let's go ahead. So look at how weird this is. Okay. I think we can do something about that. Let's grab that edge. Yeah, and we're just gonna drop that edge down. And we're gonna grab that edge, and we're gonna drop that one down. Good enough. Okay. Good to have you on, though. Very good to have you on. We're gonna scooch this up. Can you see? No. Okay, good. Part of doing this is hiding things in very creative ways. Yes, early morning for a live stream. Yeah, I was up. I wanted to work on Mitrou, and so I figured, screw it, we're working on Mitrou. Okay. So in case you haven't, well, in case you're just joining us, we fixed the stables. What nice stables. I rotated them facing the wall, made them longer, skinnier, and then allowed some area to walk around the stables without stepping on the tumulus, because, you know, you don't want to step on the tumulus. That's just weird. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, just to make sure that these are at the same height, I'm just going to extend this out real quick. Oh. And we're also going to scooch it so it's directly across from each other. There we are. And we're going to change the ground to make sure that, you know, everything matches up. Right there. Okay. Lined up. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's get this back down to the proper size. Okay. So, we need double gates here. Which, I mean, that's pretty good for size, right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's adjust the ground. Oh. Hold on. Let me make this disappear for a second. Roads, you're in my way. This is, oh, this is D complex. Okay, there we go. Okay. What do we got going on here? Ah, I see. Okay. So let's do this. We're gonna... Oh. Haha. How am I going to... Because I don't have that... Okay, well... Why don't we turn this off? Which is weird because that's what I'm working on right now. Where is that? Right there. Okay. And let's turn the... No, let's just do the Sokla. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. let's turn that wall back on. And let's, oh yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Check this out. We're going to magnetize it to an edge. And we are going to grab this and just go, yep, I want you on that edge right there. Is the island turned on? Oh, the island is turned on. Okay. Well, that actually helps out a lot. So we're going to scoot you down to about right there. Yeah. And then we're going to grab you. We're going to scoot you over to there. And we're going to bring you down. Just, oh, wait. No. Nope. We're going to grab the edge here. Subdivide it. Subdivide it again. There we go. And then we're going to scooch this. Oop. Turn the magnet off. Scooch this right over here. About like that. That looks pretty good. I think that looks good. I don't think that that's... Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of a rise there, but I think it's okay. I think it's going to be okay. So for the plaza, we're actually going to extend the plaza out a tiny bit into... into this. So I think what I want to do... Yeah, I think what I want to do is just grab this. We're going to grab an edge. There we are. We're just going to move the edge a little bit farther underneath this wall. And then that way, when we come over here and grab that edge, we can just grab that and go like that. And theoretically, right, this should give us... okay. Yeah, that's sure. That, you know what, fine. It's fine. Let's grab this. Edit mode. Nope, I want that. Do we have... There we go. Let's magnetize that to an edge, and we're just going to go like... Why are you not magnetized? Oh, because I don't have the magnet on. There we go. Magnetizes that edge so that the plaza and the ground surface of the complex meet. So that's good. Let's turn off this wall for a second. Turn off this wall for a second. Turn off that wall for a second. That's under roads. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's go back to this. Object mode, edit mode. This vertex. Zoom in here. And then just grab it and pull right there. So theoretically, there should not be a gap. There is a gap because of that one. We just go boop, just like that. There we go. So that should take care of all gaps. Right? Right. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, let's turn the walls back on. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking good. Let's turn the building, one of the buildings back on. Okay, that's looking good. What is... Whoa. What did we just do? Why did we just suddenly... Okay. What is that? Right there. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, and there's this like weird little step on the plaza, which is fine because I can just take the island surface and bring it up. So that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal at all. Okay, so let's turn the other wall back on. Looking good. All this is looking good. Okay, now let's fix this. Edit mode. I want this to go there. You there. Thank you. And then vertex, this there. Okay. And we're getting some weird clipping issues because this wall's all screwy. So let's go ahead and fix this one. Oh, yeah, also because I sort of did some weird stuff with it. So let's grab, yeah, that. Let's move that on. Oh, whoops. Oh, I have the magnet on still. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Ugh. That's right. I forgot. I dropped it low like that because it was being funky. Okay, so then let's instead grab that. Yeah, see how weird it is right there? So we're going to scooch it like that. So we have a flat-ish wall. Then I'm going to grab this, magnetize it to a face. Zoom in and say, I want you on that face. And are you going to be weird? Yeah, you're going to be weird. Yeah, look at what, yeah, this whole thing is just, okay, all right. All right, you're pissing me off. Let's just do this instead. Tell you what, why don't we do this? We're looking at the edge. Just grab that and go like that. So it's inside the wall. Why is this all funky? What's going on here? Plaza. Turn off. Island. Turn off. What do we got going on here? Let's grab that vertex. Okay. And we're just gonna scooch it. Just grab that and just go like that. Problem solved. Okay, maybe not yet. Maybe not fully solved. Wait. Shit, I grabbed the wrong wall. I grabbed the wrong wall. I want that wall. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. This. Straight up and down. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Okay, out of the way. Let's grab this wall. And what's going on here? No, let's grab this wall. And we're just going to grab this. Ah, I see. I see. Ugh. Interesting. Well, it might just have a bit of a chunk that sticks out there. I'm all right with it. Turn the plaza back on. Turn the island back on. How noticeable is it? Oh, you got to get right up on it to see that. That's fine. That is totally fine. What if we just move it about like that? And about like that. Yeah, there we go. That's perfectly okay. You got to compromise sometimes on these things. This is not going to be 100%. And you shouldn't expect it to be 100% because that's just crazy. So let's now focus on double doors. So we're going to take this, we're going to copy, we're going to paste, we're going to look at it from above, we're going to grab, we're going to go like this. It's obviously not long enough, so we're going to... Oh my god, fucking blender, I swear to god. We're going to go like that. Sure. Okay. We're going to make it skinnier because this is a wooden gate. Yeah, that's looking good. I just realized, though, that it needs to be 2 of them. So if it is 1.88, no, I'm sorry, 4.71, we want that to be, what is that? That's 2.355, so 2.355. And this one, 2.355. Okay. I mean, I could have just fudged those numbers a little bit. Yeah, about like that. I want there to be just a tiny bit of a gap. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I want one of these doors open so that people can walk into this complex. So let's do this door. And we're going to rotate it about like that. We're going to scooch it down just a tiny bit. $2.25. Does that look like... Yeah, see, that looks like it could open and close that. Is that too wide? That might be too wide. Let's close it just a tiny bit. About like that. Yeah. That looks good. And then what I want to do... So this is... Okay, so this is... South Gate North. And this is... South Gate South. Sure, yeah, that works. Okay, I want to add... What do I want to add? I want to add cylinder. For the hinge. That cylinder needs to be 0.15. This is a wooden pillar, basically. No, this needs to be 0.2. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Like that. This needs to be, yeah, sort of a part of this pillar. There we go. Copy. Paste. And we're going to scooch that there. Oh, look at that. That needs to be more like this. There we go. Yeah. Is that how this one is? No. This is not how that one is. That one is actually set into the wall. So we'll do like that. Oh, well, that one's not really set in the wall either. We'll just do like that. Okay. And we'll do that over here. Same thing. Scooch this out just a tiny bit so it looks like it's actual wooden hinge. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. All right. So there we have it. We have the Road 1 lower wall extended at Complex D. Check. Gate added. Check. Gate solid. Check. However, I got rid of this gate here. So this needs to be taller. Whoops. Taller. Sure. Wait, how tall are these? These are 3.67, 3.5. Oh, that's way too tall. So why don't we just go 3.5. Bring this down just a tiny bit. There we go. Do this to... yeah, I forgot. This does the weird... This one is also the weird thing. Alright, how are we going to do this? This is... We've got the road. Maybe I just do this. So the road still has its wall, short wall, but the complex itself has its wall. We want to put that there. Rotate. About like that. Let's extend it out. We want it to be about like that. So we want, yeah, so we want this to extend. All the way down, I guess. Oh, that's super weird. I don't know how I like that. Yeah, I don't know how I like that. Unless I bring a wall this way, and then bring this wall up super tall. Okay, well, yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we, okay. Why don't we, even though I just did that and I didn't like it. Let's bring this wall up super tall. Yeah. And then what we're going to do, yeah, yep. Okay, so first things first, I want, again, we're going to take, where's my D? There's my D complex. Medium D building, medium D Sokla. Okay, we're going to take this. Oh, wait, I mean, I need this Sokla turned back on. Okay. Or no, I don't. No, I don't. Because we're going off of the plaza. Okay, so let's grab this face. And let's scooch it this way. Like that. We're going to extend it just a tiny bit. Okay. Then I want to take this, get out of edit mode before I do this. Rotate that. Bring that to here. Extend it out. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking real good. Okay. Edit mode. Grab this face. We're gonna magnetize it to vertex. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's grab this face. And same thing, we're going to magnetize it to a vertex, and we're just going to grab it and put it to that vertex. Oh, that's looking good too. I just need to adjust this. Well, hold on. No, I don't. I can just grab that edge. And very carefully, there we go, scooch that back. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. And if you're looking at this top and seeing like this weird thing, no one's going to be above looking at it. Everyone's going to be ground level. So you're going to be like here. So you're not going to see the top of that. So that looks wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. I'm getting stoked about this. Let's grab one of these. Hold on. Let's grab one of these pillars here. Hold on. Let me. Oop, there we go. Okay. And let's move that down here to this. And we're basically going to do the same thing as we did on the other one. So it's going to be like a double door gate type thing. So we're going to put that there. Like that. We're going to make it come up just a bit. Same with you. Come on up just a bit so you're sticking up past the top. Looking good. You are not centered. You look centered. Good enough. Yeah, that's looking great. That is nice. Let's scooch this down. This is going to be one of the two double gates. Oh, what thickness did we say? 0.2? Oh, that's all messed up. I see what's going on here. I want... what is this? This is... Oh, no, not big deep. I want... Nope. What? Oh, this one maybe? No. Hold on. What is this? D complex. Building D. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one when I tried to do it earlier. Okay. Oh, I want the soul clip back on. Okay. So I want the face. So this face. And this face. Yeah. And we are going to snap it to a vertex, which is that vertex right there. Okay, yeah. Thank you. You actually did what I told you to do, but that wasn't exactly what I wanted you to do. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to take this edge here, and we are going to go about like that. There we go. Okay. Fixed. Ish. Yeah, okay. Let's turn building D back on. Let's get some gates in here. Oh, I can just use those. Let me just grab this guy. You know, I'm thoroughly enjoying this whole process of modeling and sculpting and all that stuff. And I gotta say, this, you know, somebody had suggested that I make like a video game or something out of this, which I, you know, it has been done. Stuff like that has been done before. And, you know, I'm really liking this whole process, so I just might do something like that. You know, just build a level or something. Nothing too crazy. What if I, again, open one of these? So what if we did that? Wait a second. No, not like SPQR Mitrou. That is Roman. How dare you come in here speaking Roman stuff to me? Have you not been a member of this channel long enough to know my feelings on Rome? What is going on here? Why is this suddenly not... Oh, because I'm doing height. I'm like trying to figure out why this isn't working. Okay, what is the length of this? I keep doing that too. I'm giving you a hard time about the SPQR Mitrou thing. But also kind of not, because, you know, I don't like Rome. I actually had a funny conversation with one of my students yesterday because I made that comment in class. I was like, yeah, when we get to the Rome section, I was like, get ready, because I thoroughly dislike Rome, and you're going to hear about it. And so she stuck around afterwards, and after everyone left, she was like, what is your deal with Rome? I was like, oh, sit down and let me tell you. And I basically vented about, you know, the weird standards that classics has. For some reason, they are all about Rome. Even though Rome is one of, you know, one of many classical civilizations, for some reason, I have suspicions as to why this is, but for some reason, the classics world is just full of Romophiles, and I think one of the biggest problems with classics is that it caters too heavily to certain civilizations when it shouldn't. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's all like way open wide. Maybe I can put a person there too, standing there at the door. Because I had guards out here in front. Maybe I have one guard here and one guard right out here. So what are my suspicions? Why? Well, I think a lot of people in charge are Roman archaeologists and Roman historians. And because of that, they push a Rome-heavy agenda in classics, and because of that, Rome has an Rome basically has a, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of a uneven representation in classics, and therefore people who are interested in classics get an uneven introduction to classical civilizations, i.e. Rome, and therefore it's sort of this circular argument. Rome is so popular because everybody, because so many people are into it. Well, so many people are into it because, it's pushed. The Roman civilization is pushed. Excuse me. And so I think that's one of the biggest issues. Yeah, it's disproportionate. Yeah, it's a disproportionate representation of the classical civilizations. And because of that, again, it's sort of that circular thing. They're like, oh, well, look how many people know about Rome and are interested in Rome. Well, yeah, if that's all you're giving them, of course they're going to be interested. That's that's like basic stuff. Whoa, what is... Oh, wow, it does weird stuff with the faces. All right, so we're going to scooch this way. But we are also going to... Oh, we're going to have to move this down. All right, so where's the kitchen? Kitchen... We're going to turn the kitchen off for... Well, no. I keep doing that. I don't want to turn off... So there we go. So yeah, so it's a disproportionate representation of the classical civilizations, and because of that, it sort of reinforces things. It also probably helps that so many languages are Romance languages, and if you're unsure what a Romance language is, it is a language that has sort of a Latin basis, and of course Latin being the Roman language. So I mean, you've got that too, right? So that's an issue. And so when you want to learn Romance languages, Latin is taught pretty heavily in high schools, which also sort of does, is an issue, in my opinion. It is, of course, just my opinion and shouldn't be taken that seriously, because I'm fairly jaded in the fact that I got turned down at so many places, or basically dismissed by so many places who were totally interested in me and having me at their in their program, simply because I didn't have any Latin. And I thought that was absolutely retarded, because that wasn't my specialty. It's like, why does it matter? In fact, it was so ridiculous that I had a admissions person basically completely in love with my resume and my CV and everything, and was like, "Oh, you are exactly who we're looking for," but then told me that I couldn't, that if I applied, I would be denied because I didn't have any Latin, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. And to be fair, sort of discriminatory for a couple reasons. One, I did not have the money to add another class to my already filled schedule, because I had to work while going to school. So, it was one of those things where, like, my socioeconomic situation did not allow me to do that. I wasn't some person who had mom and dad's money and all the time in the world, and no bills. So yeah, so that was another issue. It kind of pissed me off that it was like, oh, so you're telling me that because I can't afford to do this, that you don't want me, type of thing, which is absolutely insane, right? So, how's your Latin re-education going? Yeah. So funny thing about that, right? So after all this, right, you would think that that I would not be forced to take Latin in the master's program, but that is not true. I was forced to take Latin, and I did not do well for various reasons. The big one, of course, being that I just couldn't get into it. Well, that wasn't the biggest reason. That was actually one of the smaller reasons. The biggest reason was because I was overloaded that semester. But because I was overloaded, the grade I got was not great. It was not great at all. In fact, it was so bad that I had to basically withdraw from the class in the second semester, and it almost cost me my funding too. Actually, I think at this point it probably has cost me my funding, because we have suddenly shifted to a shorter timetable on my graduation, which makes me suspicious that yeah, my bad grade in Latin is what did that. Now, what's crazy about that, of course, is that that is a undergrad class, so to me it shouldn't matter, but it does apparently. So yeah, kind of a shitty situation, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The education system is, I wouldn't say it's broken, but it definitely is not exactly realistic for the modern world. Oh my God. Oh, that's because, okay, yeah. That's right, because let's move that down. Yeah, so I'm a little jaded about the whole Roman thing. Enough to where, friends of mine who I've gone to school with are tired of hearing about it. And and so yeah, so it's kind of funny when new people learn about my issues with Rome, because they're just like, wait, what? They're like, what do you mean you don't like Rome? I thought all classicists like Rome. And I'm like, no. And the other funny thing too is a lot of Roman archaeologists, with exception of UTK, because the Roman archaeologist at UTK is pretty awesome. Actually, he's a cool dude. But I've usually not gotten along with Roman archaeologists too, because a lot of them are really pretentious. But the guy who is the Roman archaeologist at UTK is actually pretty awesome. He's a really cool dude, and I I like having conversations with him. He's an alright guy, and so yeah. Let's do this. Let's see here. So I want that to be taller, about like that. Yeah. That works. And of course, the the archaeology, Roman archaeology students are pretty nice too. One of my cohorts is actually a very nice girl who is very excited about things. Of course, I think she does mostly Etruscan, but yeah, we can all sort of lump them in together. Okay, what is going on here? I need the island. Let's turn off the island for a second. Okay. We need to do that and that. And I think, yeah, I'm just going to scooch this in a little bit. About like that. We're going to need to make this wall a little bit thicker too. So why don't we go 0.4? Yeah, that works. That works. Let's go with edge, and we're gonna snap to a vertex. We're gonna go with this edge, and this is gonna be really funky. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, well, that's nice. We're gonna go with vertex to vertex, and we're gonna snap it to that one. No way it was that easy. No, really, there's no way it was that easy. I have my suspicions. Oh, okay, maybe it was that easy. Okay, never mind then. I guess it's fine. Let's turn the island on. Let's turn the wall on. What else did we turn off? Did we turn anything else off? Oh, the kitchen. We turned the kitchen off. And if you're wondering why I call it the kitchen, well, I call it the kitchen because that's what it was originally sort of introduced to me as. But we have two hearths in this kitchen, in this building. That's what these are, because when I take these away, oops, got one. There, you know, we got the holes, and we're gonna have smoke coming out of those. So, what percentage would you say you're up to in terms of completeness in the Blender work? Ooh, that's a good question. The Blender work itself, I mean, I still got a ways to go. Ah, see, it wasn't that easy. Look at that. We got to fix that. And we got to fix that. See? So I'm not done. I'm still a ways away. The elite buildings, we're basically just fine-tuning these elite buildings because what is going to happen once these elite buildings are all established is that I'm just going to sort of like splatter homes in on the island. They're just going to be all over the place. And so it it's going to be one of those things where it's just like we're gonna look at the magnetometry map and see the densities, and then we're just gonna put houses where there are densities, with the understanding that this is all hypothetical because we don't have excavations of that portion. But we're not really worried about where the houses were, like the individual houses were. We're worried about where the elite buildings are, because the elite buildings are really what we want to show. Because the elite buildings are what's important in that we are sort of showing how the elites of Mitrou changed the island to sort of fit what they needed. Is that about right? That looks about right. Sure. And then what I'm going to do. So anyways, yeah, the whole point of this project is to say, look at what these people did. Look at how they changed the what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, the landscape to sort of suit their means and to show everyone they're in charge. That's the premise, right, of the research portion of this. There's also the tourism angle that I am working as well, sort of in the background, which my advisor is not so keen on, but I am. I mean, you know, that's how I'll make, you know, a living off of this, and also how we will get our samples, our data is from people who are on these sites, not this one, and looking at things and giving us input. So I think the tourism angle is something that is being heavily overlooked with this. Yeah. You seem like you do this professionally. I do not. Well, yeah, until I said there was no way that was it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely don't. This has all been a learning experience for me. Can I just... This is going to sound dumb, but can I just push this? And then... Okay. I mean, look, if it works, it's not stupid, right? Or what's that saying? If it's stupid, but it works, it's not stupid. So okay, so there we go. Oh, I need to turn that road back on. Where is that road? Oh, there it is. There we go. Oh, you are set off from the road. Okay. Here we go again. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to turn off the kitchen walls. Leave the kitchen soakler there. Okay. Come around. Edit mode. This. And this. And I need to scooch this a little bit more that way. And a little more that way. Okay, now let's turn the walls on. Yeah, look at that. It's all... Okay. Let's grab this edge. And just do one of these. Wait a second. Let's see. Let's go from the top. There we go. Oh, why is it all... Why is the wall... Oh, why do these walls always get so messed up? Look how thick it is at the bottom compared to the top. Alright, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. So long as it looks fine. Okay. How wide is this wall? Is this road? Oh, we can totally move that. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do this. Wait, whoops. This and this. we can absolutely move this wall. So we're going to just scooch it like that up against the building. Yeah, that's fine. That looks fine. And it's okay if you got a little bit of a gap there, because this is all like handmade stuff, so yeah. Does your prior work in the Park Service make you more open to tourism than most? Yes, absolutely. There is a very strange thing that happens in academia. Both of my experiences. So my experience at the Park Service, or with the Park Service, and my experience in CRM archaeology, sort of, it's weird how academia sort of discounts CRM work, which is very bizarre. Like you wouldn't see somebody quoting a CRM job at all. You wouldn't see that. So, which is bizarre. And I've had academics tell me just straight up lies about CRM. Things like, oh, well, it's in your best interest to not find anything, and so therefore CRM archaeologists will lie about not finding archaeological remains, which is 100% not true. That is a total falsehood, like an absurd falsehood. But I've had people tell me that to my face. Academics actually tell me that to my face, which is crazy. And then so the Park Service aspect gets weird because academics see that as education work, like teacher work, which is true. I'm dealing with the public, and I'm teaching the public about things, right? But they don't see the, and of course, obviously this isn't true about everyone. There's plenty of academics out there who see value in the Park Service and what you do beyond teaching, right? So don't think that this is just me venting about academics not understanding how things work in the world, because that's not what this is about. But I've had it before where academics think that, oh well, if you're a Park Service employee, you're not really doing academic work, stuff like that, and which is also kind of bizarre. Instead, you're teaching, and again, yes, there is that aspect of it, but it's more than just that aspect of it. So it's kind of a weird thing. A lot of academics love the fact that I've done Park Service. A lot of them, they see the value in working for the Park Service in a capacity like that, dealing with the public, because you have sort of this way now of interacting. So that's cool, right? So that's always fun. Let's see if this thing's gonna. Whoops. Oh, hey, it did do it. Okay. And if I do this, and I do that, hey, puts the wall at an angle. So I don't want to do that. So anyways, yeah, so it's, I do think that generally speaking, I tend to have more of a of a tourism focus on stuff, simply because I have that background. And I think the tourists are a wonderful untapped resource for research. And some people know that because when I worked for the Park Service, we used to have I can't remember what school it was, but there was a school that would come out, and they would. That's not what I want that to do. I want. There was a school that came out and they would do surveys, and so they were collecting data. See, I want to turn the plaza off. So I can see what's going on. Oh, yeah. Let me turn the island off, too. Holy shit, what's going on here? Oh, you know what? Okay, easy fix. Easy fix. Check this out. I do that, I go, hey, this, I want that here. And then this. Turn off the magnet. We're just going to drop that down. Turn on the magnet. I want you here. There we go. And then the other one should be around there somewhere. There we go. Turn off the magnet. So yeah, so I guess to sort of answer your question, yeah, I think because of my experience in the tourism industry, I do think that I tend to have a bit of a bias towards doing things for, you know, the tourism industry. But I also think that, you know, oh my God, this thing is driving me crazy. I also think that if you want to educate the public on archaeology, tourism is the way to go. The only other way to go, or one of the other ways to go, I should say, is what I'm doing now, which is, you know, YouTube, which is also a really good way to do it. Because look at how many people Milo Rossi has that subscribe to him. A lot of those people could probably tell you a lot about archaeology. And all they've ever known about archaeology is from Milo Rossi. So, you know, I think that says something. Okay. Now we're just fine-tuning at this point. There we go. Good enough. That's good enough. Turn the island on. Turn the plaza on. Turn the road one lower on. Okay. Is that done? The complex has a big giant wall all around it, right? Right. Okay, so we can cross that off of the list. Okay. Taller walls all around Complex D. Check. And that's, by the way, this is just experimental. We're going to see how it looks. I think it looks great. There is a little bench at Building D, which I'm going to have to get really creative with. We'll have to do it some other time. There is a wall at... let's go ahead and throw the map up here. Oh. The map's not gonna... Hold on. Why is the map not coming up? Okay. What if I do this? Ah, there it goes. Okay. There's the map. Okay, let me pull up the map bigger for me. I just pulled it up so that you could see it. So that's the magnetometry map, as some of you know. Okay. What do I need? What do I need? I need the gray map, if I can find it. Oh man, I don't have it in this. Oh. I do have it here. This is a different map for me. Oh, nope. That won't come up. That won't pull up. Okay. Up, there it is. Gray map. Okay, so I'm looking at the gray map now on my screen. And yeah, I don't see that little wall that was in the... Yeah, I don't... Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay. Okay, I see the wall. It actually comes off of this corner right here. And it comes out about... how far does it come out? Oh my god, wrong one. It comes out about to like here. So that's fine. Or, whoops. It comes out to about like here. So about half again as wide as this building is. Okay. Scooching and booping techniques are great ways to inflict your will. Yes, that's right. So when you finish your current program, what do you see yourself doing in your career? So I am one of those people that does like Batman level of planning. I have main plans and secondary plans and backup plans, and I've always been like that. I've always been a planner and a schemer. So I am looking... it depends on sort of what happens with this particular thing. A lot of people are really interested in what I'm doing with this program, with my thesis. A lot of people, and let's you know, cut the shit for a second. This is the future of tourism. There is no doubt in my mind that this is the future of tourism. Anyone who says otherwise is not thinking about you know, people and technology, or they're just a technophobe and they don't want it to happen. This is absolutely 100% where tourism is going. All right, so there you go. There's the wall. That easy. Oh, I can go ahead and cross that off the list. And so what we have to ask ourselves when it comes to this type of thing, this sort of virtual reality in tourism and mixed reality in tourism, is, do we want, you know, some random company to build these things, or do we want archaeologists to build these things and have a say in these things? Because if you have someone like, oh, I don't know, you know, we'll use the gaming industry as an example. So like, do you want someone like Ubisoft to build your tourist experience at these sites? Or do you want an archaeologist that knows what these places look like based on substantial evidence and their own schooling and experience to tell you what this place looked like? And that's really what we're working on here. So depending on how this whole project is received will definitely sort of determine whether or not I continue something like this in the civilian world. With that being said, if for whatever reason this doesn't go anywhere, I have plans and backup plans. Always the backup plan is to just go back to the Park Service or the Forest Service, one of the two. But the Park Service is nice because, you know, you get benefits. It it's a absurdly easy job. Like, it was funny. I used to work with people who would complain about what they were getting paid, and I always thought, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we get paid an insane amount of money for what we do, because we hardly do anything, government work, and all that. And I always thought it was just kind of odd that they would complain about that. And of course, I wasn't going to say anything to my bosses that, hey, I think I'm getting paid too much, because, we all know what happens then. But it was I just thought it was kind of a weird thing, because, like, most of these people sat on their asses and didn't do anything and just looked busy. I knew one person in particular who was really good at looking busy. Like, I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to rat him out. But, like, there were times where I would, like, look over and be like, "Oh, you sly motherfucker!" you aren't doing shit right now. But you got to game it. You got to game the system sometimes. Okay, let's see if I can. Wait, what? Why does it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Sort of straighten that building out a little bit. We're also going to make this building a little shorter. That. Oh, there's some hawk outside that's pissed off about something. I don't know if you can hear it coming through the microphone. Yeah, really pissed off about something. There we are. Okay, good. There we are. That's more. We're thinking that's probably some sort of administration building. This is like someone's home. Because if you're standing up here on the second story and you're looking out, you can see the harbor real well, and you can see some of the people real well. So yeah, okay, so there we are. There we are. I think building or complex D is done. So let me see if there's anything else I need to do with D. Gates should be tall double doors. I did that. Still waiting on the north elevations for the north of the island, so I can't do anything that. Flatten and lower the ground south of Road 6. I did do that in Unity, so you don't see it here. And then, so we had 2 grave mounds that were excavated. Oh, like, I want to say they were like over here somewhere. That I'm going to have to probably do off camera, because I got to try to figure out. Basically, what I'll probably end up doing is just copying this tumulus, shrinking it down, and then pasting it here and here, and then playing around with the shape of it. So yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of Skyrim will be coming back today. So today will be, I can't remember what episode. And then I'm also going to be editing up some of the Skyrim episodes, or I want to say like episode 10 of Skyrim today. And I will probably do recording for episode 11 and 12 today and tomorrow. So yeah. So let's see here. I think that's good. I think we're all done here for this. And my headset just got done charging too, so that's a sign. So yeah, I think we're all good here. I'm going to export this and then import it into Unity, and then clean up some of the island. But I think we're good. I think we're really good. This looks fantastic. I did have a suggestion from my advisor to put some houses in here, some smaller elite houses that are probably like more servants' quarters, which I might do. But that's literally going to just be cubes. I mean, not that these aren't just cubes as well, but those are probably going to be literally just cubes. So yeah, I think the next big thing once I get the sign off on this is to add some windows to some of these buildings. So specifically this one, add some doors, like doors to this building, a bunch of doors here for the servants' quarters, windows, of course, to the servants' quarters and a few other things. Horses, of course, will be added here. I already have horses in the simulation, so I'll just put them back in here. And they're animated, so it's kind of cool. I left that as a surprise for my advisor, and so she was wandering around checking stuff out and talking about like, oh, we should adjust this and we should adjust that. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, make sure you check out the stables because I want you to see how big they are. And she's like, okay, yeah. And then she gets to the stables and she's like, oh, you have horses. And I was like, yep. And she was like, kicking, some of the horses were like kicking at the ground and like, shaking their heads and stuff. And she's like, and they're animated. And I was, yep, they're animated. It took me about an hour to do, but yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm also going to add some NPCs at some point. I need to start recording some audio. Well, I need to record audio and I need to find people to record audio as well. So there's that. But I think I'm going to call it for today. This is good. I have a bunch of my list crossed off for my Tuesday meeting with my advisor. So I think that's good for now. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to well, let's look this over real quick here. Let me pull up something real quick. Give me just a moment. What do we got? What do we got here? This, and this. There we are. Okay. So there we go. All right. So I pulled it up on the other screen so I can look at it. Do we have any weird gaps? That's the other big thing. There's this weird little dip, which I can fix in Unity. I'm looking for gaps under buildings. That might be a gap there. Oh, yeah, that might be a gap there, which I'll have to fix in Unity. But I don't think, I mean, the servants' quarters might have a slight gap, but I think that's gonna be okay. Maybe, let's see here. Nope, it dips down. It dips down enough. That dips, oh, that just barely clears. Yeah, that just barely clears, so that's good. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and export this and then import it to Unity and then line it back up where it needs to go. You've seen that before, so I'm not gonna keep you around for that boring stuff. Yeah, so that's it. So I will see you next time. And I will go ahead and stop the stream now. So, no premiere today for Skyrim. It's just going to air at its normal time. Because I've got other stuff I got to do today. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will see you next time.